What if I told you that somewhere, hidden inside an old coin box, forgotten drawer, dusty collection, or inherited family treasure, there could be a single coin capable of changing the way collectors look at your collection forever? Today, we're revealing three of the most fascinating and incredibly rare coins that continue to shock collectors across the world. These aren't ordinary pocket change coins. These are the kinds of discoveries that spark bidding wars, dominate collector conversations, and leave even experienced numismatists completely speechless. But here's the twist. One of today's coins looks so ordinary that thousands of people have ignored it for years. Most never notice the tiny detail that separates a common coin from an extraordinary collectible. That tiny difference could mean everything. As this video unfolds, you'll discover the hidden history, the mysterious production details. There are features that most people never recognize, and why serious collectors continue searching for these remarkable pieces year after year. And trust me, coin number 1 has a feature that almost nobody checks. Coin number 2 has a story that still surprises collectors today. And coin number 3 may completely change the way you inspect every coin you own. If you're passionate about rare coins, hidden treasures, and incredible collecting discoveries, you're in exactly the right place. This is American Coin Secrets, where every single day we uncover fascinating coin stories, remarkable discoveries, and collector secrets that most people never hear about. Now get comfortable, because today's countdown begins right now. First up, imagine holding a coin that thousands of people have handled over the years without realizing it carried an incredibly unusual feature. At first glance, it seems like just another Indian 5 rupees coin from the early 1990s. Nothing about its appearance immediately suggests rarity. Nothing screams valuable. Yet, hidden along its edge lies a detail that has fascinated collectors and sparked conversations across the numismatic community. The 1992 India 5 rupees coin was issued during an important period in India's modern monetary history. The country was undergoing economic changes, and coin production was evolving to meet growing circulation demands. Millions of coins entered everyday commerce, but among those ordinary issues, a very small number displayed characteristics that were noticeably different from the standard production. One of the most talked-about examples is the reeded edge variety with a groove, a subtle but remarkable feature that distinguishes it from regular issues. Most people focus only on the front and back of a coin. Experienced collectors know that's only part of the story. The edge of a coin often reveals manufacturing differences that can transform an ordinary piece into something highly desirable. In this case, the carefully reeded edge combined with a distinct groove has become one of the defining characteristics that collectors carefully inspect. It's a detail that can easily go unnoticed unless someone deliberately examines the coin from every angle. The composition of the 1992 5 rupees coin reflects the practical approach of its era, designed to withstand years of circulation while maintaining recognizable design elements. The national emblem, inscriptions, denomination, and carefully engineered metal composition all represent a chapter in India's modern coinage history. Yet what truly separates this variety isn't simply the metal or the design, it's the unique production characteristic found along its edge. Collectors are fascinated by coins that reveal something unexpected. That's exactly why this variety continues attracting attention. Every time one appears for sale, experienced buyers examine photographs carefully, looking specifically at the edge configuration. The groove isn't merely a cosmetic difference. It represents an unusual production characteristic that immediately captures interest among specialists who understand how uncommon such features can be. Finding one in fine condition makes the story even more exciting. Fine condition means the coin has seen circulation, but many of its important details remain visible. The major design elements are still recognizable, and the distinctive edge feature can still be identified. For collectors, condition always matters because it helps preserve the history carried by each piece. Even with honest wear, a genuine example remains a conversation piece within many collections. What makes collectors so eager to obtain this coin isn't just rarity. It's the combination of history, unusual mint characteristics, collector demand, and the excitement of finding something most people overlook. Coins with distinctive production features often generate lasting interest because they tell a unique story about the minting process itself. Every surviving example becomes part of that story. Another reason this variety receives attention is simple human nature. Collectors love discoveries. They enjoy examining old collections, estate boxes, inherited coin albums, and forgotten jars because remarkable pieces occasionally appear where nobody expected them. That's why unusual edge varieties continue generating excitement year after year. Every discovery reminds the collecting community that hidden treasures sometimes remain unnoticed for decades. One fascinating aspect of this coin is how easily it can blend into ordinary circulation finds. Unless someone specifically checks the edge, there's a good chance it will be mistaken for a regular 5 rupees coin. That's exactly why knowledgeable collectors always inspect every detail before deciding whether a coin is common or something much more interesting. Demand for unusual varieties has steadily remained strong because advanced collectors appreciate pieces that differ from standard production. These aren't coins people pursue simply because they're old. They pursue them because they represent something different, something unexpected, and something significantly more difficult to locate than ordinary examples. Scarcity combined with collector interest is one of the reasons certain varieties continue attracting attention over time. For the specific 1992 India 5 rupees reeded edge coin with a groove in fine condition as described, a reported market value can reach around $30, zero when authenticated, and when it matches the exact rare variety sought by collectors. Actual sale prices depend on authenticity, provenance, condition, and market demand, and values can vary between auctions and private sales. For serious collectors, locating a genuine example of a sought-after variety can be an extraordinary discovery. If you believe you found this variety, don't rush to clean it or alter it in any way. Cleaning can significantly reduce a collectible coin's desirability. Instead, carefully examine the edge under good lighting, compare it with trusted references, and consider having it authenticated by a reputable coin grading or authentication service before making any decisions. Preserving the coin exactly as it is helps maintain its collectible appeal. Every rare coin carries a story, but only a few continue generating curiosity decades after they were minted. The 1992 India 5 rupees reeded edge variety with a groove remains one of those intriguing pieces that encourages collectors to inspect every detail rather than judging a coin by its face alone. Sometimes, the greatest secrets aren't found on the front or the back. They're hidden along the edge, waiting for someone observant enough to notice. And this is only the beginning. If you enjoy discovering rare coins, fascinating varieties, hidden mint secrets, and remarkable collecting stories, make sure you're subscribed to American Coin Secrets, because we bring fresh rare coin discoveries and collector insights regularly. Stay with us, because the next coin on today's countdown has an even more surprising story. Next up, sometimes the greatest treasures don't begin their journey inside a national mint. Sometimes they begin inside an amusement park. That may sound impossible, but collectors know one incredible truth. Some of the most talked about collectibles in today's market were never intended to become valuable at all. They were made for fun, designed for rides, games, and unforgettable family memories. Yet years later, a tiny number of these forgotten tokens have become the center of intense collector interest. Today's remarkable piece is one of those fascinating discoveries, the Pakistan Amusement Park token associated with Lahore and Faisalabad from the early 2000s. At first glance, almost anyone would dismiss it as an ordinary amusement token. It doesn't look like a classic silver coin or an ancient treasure. It doesn't immediately reveal its story. But that first impression has fooled countless people. Behind this small metal token is a history filled with nostalgia, limited production, and the excitement of finding something that few collectors ever expected to become desirable. During the early 2000s, amusement parks across Pakistan used specially manufactured tokens instead of regular currency for rides and attractions. Families carried them through exciting days filled with laughter, colorful lights, and unforgettable experiences. Children eagerly exchanged them for rides, games, and entertainment, never imagining that years later these same tokens would attract the attention of collectors around the world. Most of those tokens disappeared forever. Many were thrown away. Others remained forgotten inside drawers, old wallets, family storage boxes, or souvenir collections. Very few survived in collectible condition, and even fewer retained the specific characteristics sought by dedicated token collectors. That's where this remarkable example begins to stand apart. Collectors appreciate this token because it represents much more than a piece of metal. It captures a unique period in Pakistan's entertainment history, when amusement parks introduced specially designed tokens that reflected a growing culture of family recreation. These pieces weren't created to circulate as money. They existed only within the parks themselves, making their history completely different from ordinary circulating coins. The composition of the token was chosen for durability, allowing it to survive repeated use in token-operated rides and attractions. Although practical in design, each surviving piece has become a small historical record of an era that many people still remember with great affection. One of the most fascinating aspects is its distinctive design. Every authentic example carries carefully produced inscriptions and manufacturing details that separate it from generic amusement tokens. Experienced collectors study the lettering, edge characteristics, diameter, metal finish, and overall appearance to distinguish genuine examples from replicas or unrelated tokens. What makes this token especially intriguing is how few people realize it can have collectible significance. Because it isn't official circulating currency, many individuals overlook it entirely. Yet advanced collectors understand that rarity isn't limited to government-issued coins. Limited distribution tokens with historical importance can also become highly sought-after collectibles. Finding one in fine condition adds another layer of excitement. Fine condition tells an honest story. It means the token fulfilled its original purpose while still preserving the important design elements collectors want to see. The inscriptions remain identifiable, the major features are still visible, and the overall appearance reflects genuine history rather than damage or alteration. Collectors often appreciate pieces that show authentic use because they represent real moments from the past. Every small mark reminds us that the token once passed through excited hands during days filled with unforgettable memories. The rarity of this particular variety continues to attract attention because relatively few examples are believed to remain available in collectible condition. As time passes, surviving pieces become increasingly difficult to locate, especially those that match the characteristics advanced collectors are searching for. Unlike ordinary souvenirs that can be replaced at any time, historical amusement tokens tell stories that cannot be recreated. Once lost, they are gone forever. Every surviving example becomes another preserved chapter of entertainment history. Perhaps the most exciting part of this story is that many people still don't recognize what they're looking at. A forgotten amusement tokens sitting inside an old collection might appear completely ordinary until an experienced collector notices the unique details that make it special. That's why knowledgeable collectors inspect every token carefully. The next overlooked discovery could already be waiting inside an inherited collection, an old keepsake box, or a forgotten album that hasn't been opened in years. For the specific Pakistan amusement park token, Lahore Faisalabad, early 2000s in fine condition as described, a reported collector value can reach around $35,000 when the token is authenticated, matches the exact rare variety, and attracts the right buyer. Actual selling prices depend on authenticity, rarity, provenance, condition, and current collector demand. If you ever come across one of these fascinating tokens, resist the temptation to clean or polish it. Original surfaces are highly valued by collectors, and even well-intentioned cleaning can reduce collectible appeal. Store it safely in a protective holder, photograph both sides in good lighting, and have it evaluated by a reputable authentication or numismatic expert before making any decisions. Stories like this remind us that extraordinary collectibles don't always come from royal mints or ancient civilizations. Sometimes they begin in places filled with joy, excitement, and childhood memories. Decades later, those simple objects become remarkable collectibles admired by enthusiasts who understand their true historical significance. And believe it or not, the next coin in today's countdown has an even more astonishing story. Its rarity has surprised seasoned collectors and its unique characteristics continue to spark excitement whenever a genuine example appears. So stay with American Coin Secrets, where we bring you fresh, rare coin and collectible discoveries, hidden histories, and fascinating collector stories with new uploads regularly. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Next up, we've reached the final coin of today's countdown. And this one has a story that proves why experienced collectors never judge a coin by its face value. Imagine opening an old collection and finding a simple-looking 1977 Thailand 1 baht coin. To almost everyone, it would seem ordinary. They might glance at it for a second before tossing it back into the box without another thought. But what if that single decision caused them to overlook one of the most fascinating collector discoveries associated with this year? That's exactly why knowledgeable collectors examine every detail before deciding whether a coin is common or something far more extraordinary. The 1977 Thailand 1 baht was issued during the reign of King Bhumibol Adulyadej, one of the most respected monarchs in Thailand's history. During this period, millions of coins entered circulation, supporting the country's growing economy and daily commerce. At first glance, the design appears familiar to anyone who has handled Thai coinage from that era. Yet hidden among the regular issues are varieties and production differences that continue to attract the attention of dedicated numismatists. Certain 1977 varieties and reported mint errors have become a topic of discussion among collectors, even though standard examples remain common. This coin represents much more than currency. It represents a fascinating chapter in Thailand's modern history. Its carefully engineered copper-nickel composition was designed to withstand years of circulation while preserving crisp design details. The portrait of King Bhumibol Adulyadej reflects an important era in Thai coinage, while the reverse design showcases the artistry and craftsmanship that collectors continue to admire decades later. But history alone isn't what creates excitement. The real excitement begins when collectors start looking beyond the obvious. Experienced numismatists don't simply inspect the date. They examine the lettering, edge, die characteristics, strike quality, spacing, alignment, and every tiny detail that might distinguish an unusual variety from an ordinary circulation coin. Sometimes, the smallest difference becomes the biggest discovery. That's exactly why this 1977 issue continues appearing in collector conversations. Rare die varieties, authenticated mint errors, and unusual production characteristics have encouraged enthusiasts to inspect these coins much more carefully than they once did. A coin that appears ordinary at first glance can become remarkably interesting when it matches a documented collectible variety. Finding one in fine condition makes the story even more compelling. Fine condition means the coin has traveled through history while preserving the important details collectors want to examine. The portrait remains recognizable, the inscriptions are still readable, and the key identifying features can still be evaluated. Every mark tells part of the coin's journey, connecting today's collector with a piece that circulated nearly half a century ago. One of the greatest attractions of collecting is the possibility of uncovering something that others overlooked. Thousands of collectors around the world search through inherited collections, estate sales, forgotten coin jars, and vintage albums because remarkable discoveries often begin in the most unexpected places. That's the magic of numismatics. Every coin deserves a closer look, and sometimes that closer look reveals a story few people knew existed. The demand for unusual and authenticated varieties remains strong because serious collectors are constantly searching for pieces that stand apart from standard issues. While millions of regular coins were produced, only a very small number may exhibit the specific characteristics that advanced collectors seek. That combination of scarcity, historical interest, and collector demand is what creates lasting excitement. For the specific rare 1977 Thailand 1 baht variety in fine condition that matches the characteristics you are describing, some collectors have claimed values around $52,000 when the coin is authenticated, confirmed as the sought-after variety, and sold to the right buyer. Actual market prices vary significantly based on the exact variety, authentication, condition, provenance, and auction demand, and standard 1977 1 baht coins typically sell for much lower amounts. And Numista. +1. If you ever believe you've found an unusual example, avoid cleaning or polishing it. Original surfaces are highly valued by collectors, and cleaning can reduce its collectible appeal. Carefully compare the coin with reliable references, photograph both sides and the edge in good lighting, and have it examined by a reputable grading or authentication service before making any decisions. Today's countdown proves one unforgettable lesson. Some of the most fascinating collectibles don't announce themselves. They wait quietly inside old collections, forgotten boxes, inherited albums, and coin jars until someone takes the time to look closely. Whether it's a rare variety, an authenticated mint error, or a historically significant issue, every remarkable discovery begins with curiosity and careful examination. If you enjoyed today's journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, don't forget to subscribe to American Coin Secrets. We bring you fresh videos featuring hidden coin discoveries, collector stories, fascinating varieties, and the latest numismatic insights on a regular basis. You never know which overlooked coin could become the star of our next episode, and it might even be one that's already waiting in your own collection.